Trees are beautiful. They add contrast, they spice up builds, they're just wonderful things to include in your builds when you're building in Minecraft. And so more people should know how to build them, right? Today I'm going to show you guys how to build trees with World Edit and with your hands. If you'd like to stay apprised of future uploads, albeit tutorials, various survival games things, all things related to Minecraft, feel free to subscribe. And without further ado, here is how to build custom trees. So what I have done is I've actually already built the tree out of wool so that we can just replace the blocks and it's going to be very easy for you guys. The first thing, and really the only thing you're going to need, are wood logs. So if you don't have wood logs, well, it's over, guys. I'm sorry. It's finished. You know, so get a lot of wood logs. You're going to need quite a bit for this if you're doing it in survival. But we're just going to start at this root. And, you know, I can't really stress enough that and I'll try to go slow enough for everybody, the most important thing you can really do is if you're going to copy this tutorial block by block, try and take the concepts away. You know, that's the thing that you should leave this build with, because anybody can place blocks, you know, right? But it's really understanding what goes into a good tree that is really going to help you guys. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that as I replace these blocks. Feel free to pause or rewind if you do miss anything. Like so. And so, you know, the first thing I can really say is that, and actually we can just make this hollow probably. The first thing I can say is that you really want a nice organic curves. You know, this curves very, very nicely, and you want to have maybe 3 or 4 different branches. The weird thing about Minecraft is that the blocks are freaking huge. Like, if you took one of these things, it's half the size of my character. So each of these, you know, things that we're placing down is half the size of a human body. So you can't really do a ton of branches like you would in real life. Otherwise, everything would just look all clumped up, and it looks silly, and it wouldn't really look good. And so you have to keep in mind that unless you're doing really, really large trees, oh, lagging a little bit there. Unless you're doing very large trees, it's going to be very difficult to put a ton of branches on them. So if you can just suffice with 3 or 4 branches, you're going to be a lot happier that way, and things are going to look a lot nicer. The other thing I would suggest is getting World Edit or Voxel. As it stands, World Edit is probably the best if you're playing in 1.8. Oh, let's place that back. Voxel is probably the best if you're doing this in, say, 1.7 or anything better. You don't have to have these, but they're going to make things a lot easier. Actually, ignore that for a second. I have to build up chronologically, otherwise we're going to be lost here. There we go. So I don't know why it's taking so long to appear. So, you know, the important thing, it's going to make it a lot faster if you use World Edit or Voxel. Not for the actual making the trunk part. This part, I would suggest you do all of that with your hands. It's just better that way. What one organic builder actually suggested, when you're building up, it's almost like you have a rope and you're pulling it with you, you know. And that's how we make these little curves and things like that. So we'll go like this. Keep in mind, you can pause. I realize I might be going a little fast, but I just want to make sure that we get everything done on time conveniently for everyone. So let's go over to this side real quick, and we'll do one of the branches. Dressing your tree. See, without the leaves, trees are naked, right? You know. So when I do the leaves, I say that I'm dressing the tree, which I think is a very clever term. So if that hasn't caught on, we should make that a thing. I think we should make that a thing. Dressing your tree can be really difficult if you don't have Voxel or a World Edit, simply because it takes a long time. Let's just pretend we're placing that as if we didn't have blocks already there. So place that, break that one. It takes a really long time if you don't have Voxel or World Edit, because you have to place every single leaf without any other help. Whereas with World Edit, which we will show you after we finish this trunk, makes things really simple. And it's something that requires a little bit of finesse to it. You know, you can't just go in and get it all of a sudden, but it is definitely a lot easier than replacing things with hand as opposed to with Voxel or World Edit. Let's see here. Come up here. I myself, I love doing trees. Probably I'd say one of the favorite things of mine that I do in Minecraft. Trees are a lot of fun. I guess. Sounds really boring if you think about it. Trees all day. But yeah, it is a lot of fun. Once you get good at it, it feels really good when you complete a brand new tree and it looks really nice. Place that, break that. And let us just continue up with this branch. So come out one, break that block, and place one there. Come over here. We're going to be near the end of the branch. So we got 2, then we got 3. We're going to place that right in the middle and place that diagonal from that, like so. If you feel that this goes too fast or maybe too slow, I don't know. Maybe everybody is like, maybe you guys are really, really good and this is too slow for you. Feel free to tell me in the comments. I can always do a second part if people would like me to. You know, that's not something that I would be opposed to. I quite enjoy making trees, so I don't mind sitting here for a few minutes and showing you guys how to do them. Place this like so. We'll come here as well. I found I really enjoy the look of shaders in tutorials, although I noticed that the sun glare can be a little deafening. Not deafening. We don't see with our ears. What is it? Blinding at times. And so if you do not like the shaders on, you can tell me as well, and I'll make sure to turn them off in the future. But this is our completed little tree that is not dressed yet. And this is where World Edit is going to start coming in. So you're going to make a selection. Mind you, World Edit selects in boxy regions. So if I start from here and go all the way up, let's say maybe right here, I just created a box. I'm going to type in chat /@ position 2 for my second position. I've created an invisible box, invisible, that has selected all of these blocks. And I'm going to do replace 17, which are the wood blocks, with 1712, which are a very special block that has wood on all sides. So it makes it look a lot nicer than otherwise. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to like glass blocks. You have to do this by hand if you do not have World Edit. If you do, you can do /up1. And you're going to place these around your build. This is where it gets really funky because there's no really tutorial for this. You have to do it where you feel it. Where have I heard that before? You have to do it where you feel it. And you really want to create a nice little, nothing straight. These are going to be where your leaves go. You're kind of creating an outline of the end of your leaves. So you want to make sure, in general, if there was a rule for it, I'd say go up where your branches end and go down in between, although right here, because this branch goes sideways and this branch goes up, I'm actually going to continue up, I think. Maybe I'll stay down right here. And I'll continue to move up with my character. Just do up 1 to place these little leaf blocks. Now, the funkiest thing about doing trees is that you're not sure something's going to work out until you do it. So this could look terrible. I don't know yet, but I know that we can work with it. You're going to bring out a tool, any tool. I prefer the diamond pickaxe. And you're going to do / brush sphere. We are going to use 90% air, comma, and then we're going to use 10% 18:4, which are leaves that do not decay. And we're going to do a size for brush. Enter. And then we can just come right over here. Oh, also, very important, we're going to do / mask air. This is going to make it so that only air blocks are affected. That way we don't lose our precious tree in the process of creating dressing it, because it's naked right now. So you do this like so. And you're going to start off just by clicking the glass blocks. Don't worry about anything else. It's going to look a little funky at first, but we will fix things and edit and finesse, and we will make it look very nice as we continue onwards. Let's go around here. Oh, they're taking a second to appear. Look at them go. Jeez Louise, man. Alright. So, now you notice in here we have some spaces that we need to fill in, some rather large spaces, and we can work on filling in smaller spaces a little later. But I'm just going to create, I don't know, 3 random glass blocks around here, kind of towards the end, so that we can fill in the rest of this tree. And we go 1, 2, 3. Great. Now the thing you'll notice, if we come down here, it looks a little bare. So we're going to continue to fill in this. We used a little bit too much air. We're going to keep filling in so that we get thicker bunches of leaves. So you notice that the leaves are getting thicker and thicker. You're going to keep your same brush. And these create a nice little effect. There are going to be little air pockets because we want it to look like there are actual individual leaves around. But at the same time, you're going to get nice little airy, nice little dense effects, I should say. Little density effect. Good. Good. I like the light shining through there, by the way. That is very pretty. We're going to place one more right there. And then we're going to do the next part, which involves changing our brush. So you're going to use the same format as before, but we're going to put our brush down to 3. And now what we can do is we can just come over here, and on the ends, we can just start filling downwards. See how we're kind of making like a cup out of our leaves if we come over here. And then we can also fill in for thickness if we'd like to. But I'm just clicking on the ends of our leaf bunches, sort of towards the bottom, to kind of bring our leaves down, so it creates this nice little cup effect on the tree. Maybe I'll do some here. Maybe I don't like that, so I can do /undo, and that'll undo it. But you just really want to make sure that you get a nice little cup effect. That might be a little bit too much. Oh, no, that's not too bad, actually. Let's keep that. Let's do it here a little bit. Good, good. We'll fill in a little bit more here and here. A little bit there. And we're going to fill in some more on the top here. Good, 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 good. And if we can see, we come over here, things need to be a little bit thicker down here. It's important to make sure that everything looks good from every single angle. We go over here, maybe we want some more over here blocks, I think, maybe. Great. Looks good, looks good. Just to make sure, I'm going to take shaders off really quickly. That way we can see our tree, and maybe we want to get rid of some of these. These are a little too willy-nilly for us, all the way out there. Yeah, that doesn't look so bad. Take shaders off. We will see that it looks pretty decent. The leaves are a little bit floaty now, so we're going to bring them a little bit more down, closer towards the branches, because you don't want to make it look like your entire body of leaves is like floating in the air. That does not look good. Good, 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 good. Maybe I'll break some up here, and then finally, I'll just bring some more down towards the end, so that it doesn't look totally flat. Maybe I'll undo 2. There. We'll get rid of some of this. And then you have a couple last things to do. Number 1 of which involves using that same selection that you had before. This one's a little funky. It's a little bit big, but I think for the purposes of the tutorial, it's not too bad. You're gonna make that same selection before. So we come over here, and we'll go back up top. Position 2, and we're gonna place glass with air. That way we can no longer see those glass blocks, and you can see them disappear quickly there. And that will complete our tree. As you guys get better, you guys will notice that it's easier to create more complex trees, and trees that do really, really cool things. If we come over this way, actually, you can see that we have a tree that curves and then comes down, and there's some vines hanging. You know, it's really up to you, everything that you can do with it. And as you get better, you'll that's actually one of the first trees I did. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the tutorial, if this helped you in any way, please leave a comment, leave a like, and feel free to subscribe if you guys are new. I will thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the other side. I hope this helped. Bye-bye.